excited to be talking to you today about the power of prayer. And I decided to record this video for you because I was talking to my daughters and I was sharing a memory for when I was a little girl. And then it occurred to me that this can be a reminder not only for me, but maybe for you or someone you know. As adults interacting with children, we have a lot of influence on the kids around us, our children, our nieces and nephews, children that we work with. So it's really important to be mindful of that. And so when I was a little girl, I was in the Dominican Republic. I was born and raised there. And if you know anything about the Dominican Republic, one of the things that I remember is that sometimes my mom will pay for the electricity, but we hardly got any. So I remember getting maybe 2 hours or 3 in the morning, an hour or 2 in the afternoon, and the rest of the day without electricity. For me, as a little girl, 5, 6 year old, meant night came sooner. And I was terrified of going to sleep at night. I was really nervous, scared, and afraid of going to sleep. Why? I don't know if you maybe can relate to this, but I used to have a lot of nightmares. Nightmares that were horrible. Nightmares that were really frightening. I remember waking up and feeling like my heart would come out of my chest, sweaty. And so these nightmares were occurring to me every night. But the most horrifying things was when I almost like consciously tried waking up, but I couldn't. And that was agonizing to me as a little girl. I remember that my mom, and still, is not very religious. My grandma was a devoted Catholic. She would take me to church with her. I had to sit next to her. I couldn't talk, and I had to be quiet. And if I tried talking to my grandma, she would say, "Stay still, quiet, 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 pray, pray, pray." But when she would say that to me, I didn't know what to pray. Nothing really came to mind. And my mind would wander. One thing I remember is from going to church with her on Sundays is the choir and the beautiful music and the guitar and the tambourines and these other instruments that really filled my heart with joy and brought peace to my heart. And that was my highlight. Every time I went to church, I would tune in to the music, and that was beautiful. One day, I remember coming to my grandma's house and talking to my Aunt Cheve. Cheve has transitioned, and Tia Cheve, as I used to call her Tia Cheve, was very loving and kind. What a beautiful soul. And I said to her, "Tia Cheve, I want to share with you that I'm very afraid. I don't like going to sleep at night. Sometimes I'm up for a long time. I don't want to go to sleep because I am having so many nightmares." And Tia Cheve listened and listened. And I said, and I remember them. Some of them were so vividly that till this day I remember them. One of them was that I will be falling almost off a cliff and losing my life. Another one was waiting to be killed and knowing that I was going to be killed and my life ending that way. Another one was a car crash and me losing my life that way as well. And so these were horrific nightmares for a little girl. And so I'm telling Tia Cheve, and she said to me, "Every night before you go to sleep, I want you to say this prayer." And she said, "Repeat after me. And I opened up and repeated after her. I'm going to say it to you in Spanish, the way I learn it. And then I'm going to translate it for you in English. Jesús Nazareno, Rey poderoso, a pedirte vengo como un generoso, que todas mis penas se me vuelvan gozos, porque eres un Dios todo generoso. Amén. And I remember repeating this prayer with her 1, 2, 3, many times until I memorize it. And so in English is, Jesus of Nazareth, mighty King, to ask I come to you as a generous man. May all my sorrows become joys, because you are an all generous God. Amen. Something along those lines. And then she said to me, do you know that you have a guardian angel? Do you know I have a guardian angel? Do you know that everybody who comes to this life experience has a guardian angel, a guide with them at all times? And she was like, even if you don't see your guardian angel, that doesn't mean that your guardian angel is not there with you, protecting and guiding you. She was like, repeat, I'm going to teach you the guardian angel prayer. You're going to say it with me. And I repeated after her. Ángel de mi guardia, dulce compañía, no me desampares ni de noche ni de día. No me dejes sola, quédate conmigo todos los días. Amén. And I remember that when Tia Chede told me that prayer, my whole body was transformed. And I felt so happy and joy. I felt this joy in my heart. And probably you know this prayer too. And maybe you, like I do, say it every night before you go to bed. I am going to read it to you in English. Guardian Angel Prayer. Look how beautiful. O angel of God, my guardian dear, to whom God's love commits me here. Ever this day, be at my side, to light and guard, to rule and guide. Amen. When I learned those two prayers from my Tia Chede, my fears went away. And my nightmares vanished. I remember that after that, I no longer had those recurring nightmares. I started resting at night and being so grateful to my Tia Chede till this day. She's no longer in the physical form, but her memories will always live in my heart and in my daughter's hearts. Because my daughters now know both of these prayers. We say it in Spanish. And they know that Tia Chede was the one that told me these two beautiful prayers. And that is the power of prayer. As an adult, we have a lot of influence on the little ones. And to me, when Tia Chede told me these two prayers that I started saying at night, transformed my life till this day. There's this joy that you feel in your heart because when you have faith and when you know that you have a guardian angel, that you are connected to a greater power, is life-changing, is transformative, especially to a little kid. In my case, having horrific nightmares every night. And so I am so grateful for the power of prayer and for the transformation that occurred in my life at such a young age, because one adult influenced me and told me something that I didn't know, something that I have till this day. When you do something for a little kid, especially a little kid, that is kind, that is nice, passing on a prayer, a skill with love and being gentle, that little kid grows up to an adult eventually and will always remember you for your love, for your kindness, and for sharing. Sharing is very powerful. So I hope this video was helpful to you. And I hope that just like the Achede did with me, just like I am doing with my daughters, you can instill the power of prayer to a little kid and change their lives forever. Till next time, have a wonderful day, sending you a big hug, and I hope this day is unfolding to exactly the way you want it. Bye for now.